Welcome to Bowmar Bowhunting. It's late October and pre-rut's kicking off, so we're gonna go hunt with my good buddy Cody out in Kansas. This time of year, bucks are expanding their home range, and they're also hitting scrapes pretty hard, so you better have cameras in the woods because you never know when a giant's gonna show up, especially in Kansas. So that's exactly what we did. We put cameras out over scrapes, freshened up the scrapes with buck urine, in hopes to find a monster working the river bottom we were hunting. So after a couple of days, we decided to go back and check the camera. And buck after buck after buck was hitting that scrape. And that's when he showed up. Like most old, mature, dominant bucks, he was totally nocturnal. But honestly, this didn't concern me because I knew with one cold front, one hot doe, one high pressure system, this buck could easily start breaking daylight. We got a ground blind and we brushed it in close to the scrape and the creek crossing, planning on hunting that very same day in hopes to kill that white giant.
I'm so excited. There's some big bucks in this hollow. And we're hoping that we'll get an opportunity at them. I mean, it's just the way that it goes, you know, hunting during the rut. We're in a natural funnel. The weather's good. We're here in Kansas. We just brushed in this blind. I think it's going to be a heck of a hunt.
This is so awesome. We just put this ground blind in probably 2 hours ago, and those deer came right out 7-8 yards from the blind, walked right by. He stopped for a split second and said, "That looks strange," then kept on walking. They're feeding out there about 35 yards. Unbelievable. You ever watch any of our videos, you'll see us say this over and over again. It is critical you overbrush in your blinds, especially if you're planning on hunting the same day.
We did see a few deer that first evening, just no mature bucks and no sign of the wide monster we got on camera the night before. After checking the radar, it looked like it was nothing but hot weather coming our way in Kansas for the next week, so we decided to jump in the truck and head to Nebraska chasing a cold front where there's going to be lots of snow. We hunted hard for over a week, but unfortunately we didn't have any luck. However, we did see a massive cold front coming through Kansas on November 9th, so we got our butts back in the truck and headed back to Kansas. So we drove through the night and got into Kansas with just enough time to grab a few hours of sleep before we went out and hunted the following morning on November 9th. November 9th looked like it could be the hunt of all hunts. We were going to have a perfect wind out of the northeast at 10 miles per hour. We were going to have temperatures dropping from 43 degrees to a frosty 22 degrees, and pressure was going to be climbing throughout the entire day from 30.2 all the way to 30.4. If you were going to kill a big buck, November 9th was the day to do it. So we got all of our stuff together and headed out to the woods and got totally set up in the blind by 5:45 a.m., patiently waiting until it got daylight. As the sun started to crack over the horizon, we expected to see a ton of deer. I mean, today was supposed to be the hunt of all hunts. Deer were supposed to be running around like crazy. Well, we were seeing a whole lot of nothing. But about an hour after daylight, we saw our first deer. That buck came in and put on a show for us. Seeing that big of a buck gave us hope that this day could still be the hunt of all hunts. It was like a light switch turned on. We were starting to see buck after buck after buck.
Amazing morning. God, once they got started, it's been crazy. I mean, I couldn't tell you how many bucks we've seen. Probably seven bucks at least. All of them, I mean, are nice. A few small ones, but a lot of these ones are hard to pass up. It's just, that's what you have to do when they're not fully mature. Those bucks are going to be giants here in a couple years. Well, heck, even next year, they're going to all be giants. Middle of the day, it's like 10 o'clock. Deer still on their feet. Dude, you're coming up the road. Okay, slowly. Wait, what's that? Can't tell what the back one is. Absolutely crazy. We have 6 bucks in front of us right now. That one 10-pointer's a hard one to pass up. He is a good buck. Man, that's tough.
Just after 11:40, a buck showed up that about gave me a heart attack. I was hoping he wouldn't come into bow range and make this decision a lot easier, but that's exactly what he did. He came into 27 yards and turned broadside, making this a very, very hard decision for me to pass him up. But that's exactly what I had to do because all I kept thinking about was that big monster buck I got on camera a couple weeks ago.
Man, what a good buck. That's a good buck. Oh, look at that frame on him. Wow. Can you believe that? It's like noon. We're still in the blind and there's deer moving everywhere. That was a really big buck too. I can't believe we passed him up. It's been one of those days. I'm telling you what, it has been one of those days. Just super special. We've seen probably 12 to 13 different bucks. Super high pressure, 30.4. I mean, it's high. Deer on their feet everywhere. Every other big buck we've seen that we've got pictures of on this farm has showed up. We're just waiting now for old Mac Daddy to show up. Oh, that is cool. You know, Sarah and I are sitting all day. Let's check what time it is. Look at this. Check this out. Let me show you guys. 12:14 in the afternoon.
We had planned on going back to the camper and getting some lunch and then coming back for an evening sit. However, we knew if we would get out of that blind, it would be likely that we would miss our opportunity at killing a big buck. Despite our lack of preparation with no food and no water, we decided to stick it out and hunt all day because we had faith it was going to be worth it. We had some does out in front of us, then all of a sudden, they all lifted their heads up and started staring at something off to my right.
Oh, my big buck is coming. Really tight one. Holy crap, he's a giant.
Now the wide monster is just out of frame for Sarah to film me, and he's so close, and I thought for sure he was gonna come in. Then the strangest thing happened. All the does went to the buck. Literally, all the does go right over to him, and he takes them away from us, into the field, around our setup, out of sight.
That's my target buck. He's a little bit downwind. I don't know, he didn't run away, so that's good. He's kind of circling around. Oh man, that deer's a monster. That's the whole buck. That's the buck I wanted this whole time. It's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. He's right there, 45 yards. I hope he didn't smell us.
This obviously broke my heart. Seeing the buck in my dreams move around our setup and go out of sight, all I could hope and pray for was that he would come back through later on this afternoon. After 1 o'clock, we didn't see any deer movement for quite a long time. But then at 4:45, that all changed.
started seeing a lot of blood pretty quick, so I feel pretty good. But that was a monster. Yes. Can you believe it? I still see him. He's right there. He's right there. I think he's about to go down. Hang on, he's coming back. He's getting wobbly. Yeah, he's coming back. Maybe. He just went down. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh my god. I just saw him go down. Can you believe that? Can you believe? That is unbelievable. He was about 27 to 30 yards. And I held right on him, and I hit him a little back. I was a little worried, but I thought it could still be double lung. And he actually jumped and stopped. He didn't know what the heck happened. And that's why it's good not to meh and stop a deer, because he had no idea. And I hit him, and he ran out there, and I saw him licking his lips, which is a good sign that he's got blood coming up. And he started working his way back to right here. I thought I was going to get another shot. And then boom, he fell down. Okay, let's sneak out. Okay. Big buck down. Let's go get my buck, guys. Alright, let's sneak. Giant. Oh, wow. Look at this buck. Oh, dude, you want to talk about an absolute monster. Old ancient whitetail right there. Wow. It's just so surreal that this happened. This is my #1 target buck here in Kansas. We had him on camera for a couple of weeks, and this buck actually was a surprise. You know, Cody's been managing this ground for a few years now, and this buck hasn't been around, and he showed up last week on a scrape. It had been a couple weeks now. On a scrape and never broke daylight. He just started to recently, and this deer is obviously the oldest deer on the farm. There's no question this buck has outsmarted hunters for years. Survived many gun seasons, bow seasons. I mean, you can see this. This old guy's got cuts in his nose from fighting. Just big, big blocky head. Separated teeth. He's just wore out. An old warrior right here. And thanks, honey, for running the camera. It worked out. We put that blind in a week and a half ago, maybe a couple weeks. And actually, very first picture I got him was right here. Again, this straight. I had a camera on that tree. And actually, here's my, you can see where this was here a couple weeks ago. I had this up here under this scrape right here. And I got video of that buck right here the very first time. And he died not even 20 yards away. That is just...
Guess what?
That's amazing. That is beyond words for me right now. That is so cool.